All right, everyone. So if you're someone that watches this channel a lot, you know I'm going to be very, very happy about this. So talking to the Sports Illustrated Media podcast, Triple H had this to say about the length of Raw. It will be flexible. It will be flexible, and I don't necessarily know the time constraints of network television or cable television apply. It's a slightly different platform. Much like many episodic shows, they have the ability to do whatever the show needs to have done. If this episode needs to be an hour, great. It's an hour. If the next episode needs to be 42 minutes, it's 42 minutes. It what makes for the best product. I'm not saying we're going to be 42 minutes, but clearly we'll deliver the product in a way that is best for Netflix and their business model and best for our storytelling. We have averages. For me, the perfect showtime is somewhere in the 2.5 hour range. If you asked me years ago, the 2 hour shows, you get into them and you don't have the real estate on that program to get everything in there you want to get in, all the stories and characters. Sometimes it's a good thing because it creates scarcity and opportunity for people to be more over, but sometimes there are things you want to get in there. People lose track of the fact that we do what we do is live. There are formats we have to stick with and constraints of commercial time. If you run a segment that is scheduled for 10 minutes and it ends up being colossal content and goes 17, you're now 17 minutes into the show and you have to find places to pull out and still hit commercial times and crossover times, which is important for networks. All of that makes it difficult to do. I think we'll have more freedom in the format and more freedom to say if 2 hours is not enough, 3 hours, you can be in the position of did you need that or was it important? I don't want to say filler because I don't want anyone to feel like they're filler. Sometimes a 3 hour show having hours that cross over, you're so constrained by that you're putting in the show what we call collapsible. The show is heavy. We get late into an hour, something has to lose time. What is collapsible? What is not the story driving everything? What can be shrunker, can go quicker? The amount of commercial time doesn't change. It's difficult. Sometimes 3 hours can feel long, and 2 hours is not enough. Somewhere in the middle is a sweet spot. So this is why I've been very supportive of Triple H and everything they're doing because he gets it. He's understanding completely what Netflix allows them. And I love that he even brings up collapsible, and filler, right? I use the term filler, but I think Triple H makes a good point. When I've said filler in prior episodes, it's not to say that anything they're doing isn't like, okay, these superstars aren't good enough to be on the show. That's not the point I'm making, right? The point is that to me, filler is when you have something in the show that isn't really part of some longer storyline you're trying to put out. So a mixed tag match that doesn't go anywhere, or a regular tag match that doesn't go anywhere, or a regular one-on-one match that they just start a feud on the show that day and they put it in, and that's it for the feud, right? That's the kind of stuff I'm specifically talking about. I do agree that you should get people their opportunity, and I think you got to find a happy medium. But this is the point. You know, what Netflix offers them is not just, now they can have a bigger audience, all of that kind of stuff, but what it offers them is an ability to be way more flexible. And I love to hear him say, look, this thing could be 40 minutes, or it could be 4 hours, or it could be two and a half. And clearly he thinks 2.5 is the best. And I can't really disagree with that. I definitely think 3 hours at times, maybe it's just because I'm getting tired, but 3 hours at times could be a little long, but it depends, right? Sometimes 3 hours is fine. So I just love the fact that with Netflix, WWE is going to be able to basically put out a show that is everything they want in the show. Everything they want in that show, that's what's going to be on there. And I think that's so, so much better versus having to try to fill time and, get rid of things you want it to be longer. I just love this. So thank you all for watching.